Welcome to the show, es Los Pimientos. Muy caliente on the instrumental. There's no signs of a deep crescendo. Steady climbing up at a real fast tempo. Phantasmal, cast shadows. Paranormal and more cryptid tales. Soy un chili pepper, pero no pequeño. Give you goosebumps, spooky stories that we share. So kick your feet up, relax, enjoy. The next episode brought to you from your hosts, Sergio and Robbie. This passion, not a hobby. No, nobody's gonna stop me. Socks got it on lock, and potatoes try to copy. Keep up, we moving top speed. Conspiracies guaranteed to make your heart pound. Checking out, it's your homie Danny Dtown. Stay spicy, y'all.
Welcome back, Chili Peppers, the Los Pimientos Fantasma. I'm your host, Robbie, and someone behind me is getting murdered.
And I am fucking Mosquito's buffet right now because I'm getting eaten like a motherfucker. Hey guys, it's Jackie, aka Sergio. What's up, y'all? It's been a while.
So if you currently hear the leaf blower or chainsaw behind me, I guess
It's one of the neighbors on Robbie's neighborhood.
But yeah, we were talking about how we've been lately. Work is shit always. I barely get to do my job, even though I got hired to do another job.
Yeah, it's how it is, man. No, I know, like I said, like I was telling Robbie, and I think I've mentioned it last I'm finally out of there. Like, I've been enjoying being a car salesman for almost the whole month now. And I already showed Robbie too. It's a lot better pay. So yeah, so I am finally free from that place because God, is it gonna be hell? But yeah, just so y'all know, we're actually on the outside. We're actually here in the backyard, which we haven't been since like what, the 420 episode?
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we're enjoying the nice fresh air. Like I said, I'm being a buffet for mosquitoes, and he's like, "You never wear pants." I'm like, "Dude, I wear pants when I feel like it, but I prefer shorts." I'm like, when it's cold, I'm Minnesotan. This is normal.
You're used to the cold weather. That's why.
Exactly. This is normal for me. Like, I'm literally in Crocs. Like, I'm treating them like sandals. Way, mira, toesies.
The dogs are out and they're barking.
Yeah. So this is my normal weather. It's like you guys die in this type of weather. But yeah, but besides that, what? We've been good. Just catching up. We have some ideas that we also need to talk about before I forget about that.
Yeah.
And might as well just plug it in right now. I mean, we'll plug it in at the end of the episode too. But yes, Chili Peppers, as of right now, thanks to Robbie, there is now a Reddit called Spooky Peppers. I almost said it's completely something different.
Yeah.
And you could hear I was going to say something different. But yeah, so what that Reddit is for is so y'all can, people in Reddit that like using Reddit, feel free to submit stories like we mentioned it before. It could be fake. It could be real. Hell, have ChatGPT help you make one. I have it help me revise my story. So, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. And,
you can also post like scary pictures, like videos too there, and we can react to them on the React channel that I'm trying to make.
So yeah, so definitely you guys keep an eye out for that, and for usual, check out Discord and all that stuff, all that lovely juicy stuff, you know. Enjoy it. But yeah, I just wanted to give that a quick shout out.
We were trying to
I fucking got that.
We were trying to go to Hobby Lobby, but we forgot that it was closed.
It's closed. Yeah, Hobby Lobby is closed. It's a Christian thing, so they always have it closed.
Raiden has it's called a science hat or whatever, and they have to make all this shit on top of a hat.
Oh, okay.
And he chose the word gravity, so we have to make a tree on top of his hat and like have like an apples falling down and shit. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, you gotta wait on throughout the day on that one. Yeah, because the good thing is when I open, I get out at 6. I know tomorrow I close, so I go in late, but I have to be there till 9. But my ass, all good. But the only thing that sucks is like the moment I get out, I only can chill for a little bit, go pick up Jeremiah, come back, go to sleep, wake up, have Rachel drop me off, take the car, 50-50 if I have her come over, pick me up so I can eat lunch with her, bring back the car, or just have her pick me up when I get up. So I'm just like, oh. Yeah, because once I get more money, I'm going to ask for now that I'm certified, I can already ask for a car half off. And I already told Rachel which one I want. Like, I want to get a CX-50.
Ooh.
The newer ones, especially the hybrid. Like, I sold 3 hybrids. This is the reason why I love them. It's like, yeah, I'm going to upgrade to that. I told her, like, I know you want the hatchback Mazda 3, but I'm like, no, that CX-50 hybrid. Better on gas mileage. Y todo from all of them has the highest gas mileage savings. So it's like 37 per gallon. I'm like, fuck yeah. All the other ones are like 27s. The lowest one is 26, and that's one of the Mazda 3s. I'm like, that's fine. All of them were like 26, 27, 28, 29s, and the hybrid fucking like 30 something plus.
I just need something that's going to be reliable, good mileage.
Yeah.
Um,
Reminding me tomorrow. Like I told you, this is how I am. Like everyone is getting used to seeing me be professional. This is what I used to do when I was in insurance. I had to have all that on my phone, making sure it reminds me and shit.
something roomy because Raiden is growing.
Do I have like a shit ton of SUVs? You just let me know, man.
And yeah,
Like that's what you need is an SUV.
something with Bluetooth at least.
All of them have Bluetooth. Dude, the youngest car there, sorry, the oldest car there, that's until one of our boys comes in and trades in his car, is 2018. It's a 2018 Ram.
So you don't have anything lower than that because mine's a 2014.
Yeah, no, nothing. Well, like I said, until I told you that it's gonna come back on December 6th. His is 2013. That will be it, but that's it. But that's gonna be like an auction car. So we keep literally 2020, like 2018 is the lowest. Everything else is like 2022, 2020. We had one 2021 back as well, but then the rest is 2023, 2024, 2025. Like literally. So there ain't no old cars. It's like the highest you'll get is like 5, 6 years old, or even less.
The best car I've ever had, and you never got to see it, but it was I talk about it a lot. It's a white Ford Fusion with pleather interior. It was like a burnt orange pleather interior, and like it had like power. You could be able to put all the windows down in the car. It would start itself, and it also had LED lights on the inside. It was the roomiest fucking car ever. Like from the front to the back, like. And then my dad hit me from the back. He wasn't paying attention, and the light was green, and the people in front of me weren't going, and he just plowed into the back. And that's how I got stuck with my junker.
Yeah, no, you definitely need something different. A rato, like I said. Be like everyone else right now. Try to kill yourself for the overtime. And get that money.
Even the damn overtime, bro. Like, and they were like, "Oh, we're giving lots of incentives this year. Like, you can win a bucket." I was like, "I don't want a fucking bucket. I want more money."
No, I don't know what they're doing over there. Trust me, like it's bullshit. I know that for a fucking fact. It's mama de media, dude. I'm just like, I'm glad I left already. I'm glad I'm no longer there because I know at that point I'm just like, I would have exploded, like literally. Rachel would have fucking definitely exploded. Like she was at that breaking point until I got that job. So I was like, okay. And now I have it, and we de-stress. The only one they're dying, like I said.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, it's Jeremiah. Pobre socio. He's dying over there.
Yeah, I can tell when he comes in, he's not as like happy as he used to be.
Dude, everyone on my shift, ever since we left, they're not happy. Ever since me and Rachel left, because we were the ones that kept everyone like motivated and stuff. Like they were happy because we were there. But then after all the shit that's happened, all the drama, nope. Ya se perdió. But oh well. Anyways, that's a nice little insight into our lives.
Jump into the news.
Yeah, there's breaking news, motherfuckers. Wait, holy shit, I used the wrong note there. Breaking news, Chili Peppers.
All right, so I have a few, and I told you at the end of this one we have like a kind of like a debate thing. So, police investigate an alleged murder attempt suicide at Best Western south of downtown.
I thought you were gonna say South Africa for a second. I no lie, I was like, what?
Police investigate a suspect murder-suicide attempt at a motel after finding a woman dead and a man wounded.
All right. Sorry, I was like processing that.
A woman was taken into custody after she allegedly totaled a man's car after he struck her vehicle with a baseball bat.
Solve this.
Authorities say that the situation began with the suspect began laying on the horn after a driver stopped in the middle of traffic near a library. After he got out and struck her vehicle, authorities say she drove out in front of his car and reversed into it while multiple deputies were present. A maneuver she learned from a defensive driving course.
Okay. Okay. Defensive driving course. Okay.
I don't think they teach you that.
Yeah, no, they don't.
A former adult film actress accused of beheading her boyfriend after marrying stepson.
Sobres.
Yeah.
Alabama right there.
Mm-hmm. They keep it in the family.
Yeah.
A woman allegedly stabbed a teenage customer at a kid's Foot Locker after someone called her a broke bitch when her card declined at checkout.
That's a valid reason. Like, shut the fuck. Yeah, like, that's a valid reason. Like,
It is a valid reason.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up, man. It's like, you're working at a kid's Foot Locker. What the fuck does that make you? You're still a broke bitch.
One, I don't know if you found out yet, but they sent a graded Pokemon card to space. That was a Reshiram.
Oh, no, I've not heard of that yet. That's funny.
It was a Reshiram V Max or some shit like that, and it was graded inside of the thing. And they put it on one of those weather balloons, and they sent it to space.
Nice. At this point, we're just sending random ass shit to space, man.
They went. It said it did a rotation around the Earth twice, and then it came back down.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to say, "Hey, we sent a condom or something." So there's a
Condom
dildo.
to space.
Yeah, it's like it's filled with someone's jizz. Whoever catches it. No, I can see stupid shit, bro.
Oh, this one was here in Austin.
Oh.
24-year-old Aiden Hunt was arrested on first-degree murder charge after his roommate was found dead inside of a cardboard box behind a bus stop. An autopsy determined the case of death to be blunt force trauma to the head and neck. Large amounts of blood were discovered in Hunt's kitchen. When questioned by detectives, Hunt said he may have pricked his finger a little bit.
Hey, so are you a suspect, mister? I sliced my finger at work. I just pricked my finger a little bit. I was trying to get my diabetes machine checked.
So he
I just pricked my finger a little bit. And why is there like splatter there? Why is there a giant pool there? Like
a whole pool of blood.
I pricked my finger, man.
He dumped the body on a bus station.
Yeah.
Right there on 6th Street, in a cardboard box.
So it is.
In the middle of 6th Street, bro, just dumped the body.
I mean, it's Austin, man. What can I say? It's Austin.
Well, keep it weird, right?
Yeah, they gotta keep it weird.
There you go. They kept it weird. Okay, here's the debate.
All right.
Right? So a man saves this woman.
Yeah.
On the verge of being hit by a freaking car.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, because it's so stupid. Like, all right, bitch. Because she got so mad that he invaded her personal space.
Yeah. That she filed sexual assault against him.
And it was so stupid. I'm like, one, it's called common courtesy. Two, it's called helping a fellow human being. It's called kindness. It's called the code. Like, we have things to help other people. We want to make sure nothing bad happens to them. Now, you want to go ahead and be a bitch about it, then shit, let me get in the car and drive over you. That was
exactly.
It's like, it's so stupid. Like, no, that one's it's straight up. I am sorry for your guys, like, younger generations. I'm sorry, but y'all, some of you may say you're smarter, someone's called boomer. I don't give a fuck, but literally at this point, everyone's offended by something that shouldn't matter. And I can even say this: America sadly has become a cesspool of fucking provocative and fucking brain rot. Like, they forget what being a common human being is. They get offended for other cultures that shouldn't be offended, or being a gentleman no longer is being taught and is seen as flirting or like that. Sexual.
Exactly. I saw another one too, where like the women of this generation don't like that men open doors for them anymore, because it's like a sign of them wanting to like get at them or something.
Yeah, I'm like, ¿cómo? Si uno te está haciendo la manera de abrir una puerta, like literally open the door. It's like saying, oh, hey, a Mexican shouldn't kiss people because it's our greeting. When we say hi to people we know and stuff, we do not kiss them. Yeah. face cheek or like kiss cheek, whatever, depending who it is, like you or how comfortable they are. That's a greeting. That's cultural. So if they go somewhere else, they see that happen. Are they gonna do that? No.
No. Oh, I saw one where the chick was like, "I have a boyfriend," and the guys will tell him to open the fucking door for you. Then and he just closed it in her face.
It's like some of us are just trying to be like some men are just trying to be gentlemen, be kind, because it's like how we say it takes nothing to be kind. But if you want to be a pendejo, an utter piece of shit, then fuck you. Like that's how that one is. Like trust me, I know exactly. Once he said it, I knew which one it was. I was like, oh, I've seen that. It's so stupid.
It's either that or it's just at this point it's just like ingrained in my mind. Just open doors for people,
Exactly,
like be
like-
courteous, like
Yeah, it's because like again, I get it. We can be called old at this point with how old we are, but it's like we were still raised to be generous, kind, and gentlemanly, to be chivalrous. That is still ingrained in us. Now, the younger generations, because sadly some of our generation, I can literally say, fucked up being parents. Forgot to teach that. It's like, that's all my guys. Come on, discipline is not that hard. You can discipline in different ways, yes. Or just teaching the right way to be a good human being shouldn't be hard. It's like, this is why we limit the access. Because, I mean, yes, we were the generation that started the internet. Yes, we were the generation that did all this stuff. And now these generations grow up with the internet. They grow up with all the info, unlike us who had to search for it, find it. Like, they have way more access than we do, but we still just had to make sure to monitor that. But if you don't want to do none of that shit, they can literally go to the bad influencers, etc. This, etc. That, and you get Tweedle D, Tweedle fuck. So there you go.
she Mia was the other day said something like, "Oh, I'm older this movie," and I was like, "You think that's a flex? I'm older than Google."
We're
And
older
she was
than
like, "Cause
Google.
you're fucking old. That's why."
Exactly. It's like we're older than Google, man. We're older than iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Because I'm at the same age as Toy Story 2. I have that little plaque, and remember that tells everything for my year, so I know I'm older than shit for stuff.
We grew up during that's when the first like DVDs started coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, we were still during the time it was still cassettes, VHSs, the Walkmans were still going around, CDs were coming around, DVD was barely being a thing. We lived through how many fucking apocalypses?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, we can make that stupid joke. We literally went through what, like 20 now? I think we went through so much. ¿Qué más?
Okay, so I know this isn't
Wars?
this isn't the section yet, but I saw one conspiracy, and it's basically saying like some people believe that we died in 2012 instead of living this now.
Right, then where's the glitch in the system? Where's the lab story? Where is all that stuff now?
This is basically like
Our purgatory?
Yeah, or like simulation or whatever. To keep us like living or whatever.
To falling. Like, no, it's a good conspiracy theory, but if there ain't that much evidence. Like, to prove it. Yeah, prove it. There we go. I couldn't say it for some weird reason. But yeah, but it's like, no, I mean, it's an interesting, like, mind boggler. I'll say that. It's a more thought provoking conspiracy theory, but when you start thinking about it, it just really depends on who you ask. Because, like, when it comes to por qué outside pues being Mexicano, huevo, like, what, because I'm more Aztec than Mayan, but like, what my ancestors thought of the Great Change was, the changes have already have happened. If you haven't noticed, a lot of things are more accepted. A lot more things that we thought never was possible has already happened. That's the great change that they predicted. Because we can't really predict like, oh, the world is ending. No, we're just saying that the old world, like the old views are done.
Yeah.
Now, this is the new views. It's like, so that's what we're seeing is the new views that sadly could have been ironed out.
I believe that our world didn't really die. It was just like the older generation died.
Yeah, it's like basically all the old views are gone. Now it's the new era. It's like, hey, that's why everything's changed. That's why things are more accepted. That's why all this is happening. It's like, I mean, like if we're barely trying to get some things back now, it's just like crazy how it's happening. Like laws are being changed specifically and everything like that. It's just like you can start seeing, hey, we're trying to get back our old views because there's new change. Kind of fuck.
A lot of old things are coming back though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that they're gonna bring back Vine?
Yeah, I know. I was surprised to see that. I was like, wow.
It's called Divine now. But
Yeah. I was like, man, I remember when Vibes. It's like, damn. Hell, I mean, I remember when YouTube started too. It's like, God.
I remember because I still have I think like an iPhone 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was around
And
that
it's
for
the YouTube logo is just like a TV
TV
screen.
screen. Yes. No, it's remember the old Instagram. The original Instagram was the fucking old little Polaroid camera.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I missed that shit. I miss some of the old icons.
And then we didn't have TikTok yet. It was
Yeah, it was just Vine.
Musically.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Musically.
It was Vine, and then it was
Musically,
Musically,
yeah.
and then
TikTok.
Musically died, and then we got TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Damn, just going back. We are old.
Raiden said something about Pinterest, or Mia was talking about one of her teachers being creative in her classroom, and he was like, "Did she get it from Pinterest?" And I was like, "I don't even think Pinterest was
No, Pinterest
like-
is still around.
like around the time of 2023, 2024."
Yeah, no, it was around. Because,
It
I
was?
mean, Pinterest was shit. I remember seeing Pinterest, I think, a few years before I graduated back in 2013. So I was like, I remember it being around for a while. Because I remember everyone in school were like, oh, yeah, I got this off Pinterest. And I was like, tanto. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Never bothered using it. Even to this day, I barely use it. Rachel's the one that uses it more.
I use it now. That's where I get all my wallpapers from.
Yeah, no, they have great art. But no, I switched to Pixiv. But then I use more Pixiv more for hentai. But, you know. I know what I fucking like. I don't give a shit.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. That's for the special episodes on Patreon. So yeah, like I have a hentai. But yeah, but no, I was like, God, there's a lot of shit. I mean, hell, I still remember when it's like I laugh because I keep seeing this meme keep popping up that apparently Apple is bringing back the new AirPods are gonna have the screen to touch and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's basically the iPod Nano is back.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, and I love how they say it's like, wow, I love how we lived through a generation that never got to experience the iPod Nano and we're getting to re-experience it now. I'm like, man, dude, granted, I never had an iPod Nano myself. I had the iPod Shuffle. I had the Zune.
I had a Zune.
Because of my sister. And then I just had like every known mankind fucking MP3 because, you know, Panasonic, Sony, and all of them made electronics for that. So I had many different MP3s. How one of my phones, this was from Mexico. It was the own Telemex phone. It was part MP3, part phone. Back when, you know, phones were unique and badass and shit. Now it's just like
Everything's the same.
it's the same. That's why I really love my Z Fold. Like, it's different. But no one, and this is for you, younger generation, can ever hold the satisfaction of holding a Motorola Razr and the OG one, not the newer one. Trust me, back then, that shit, you had it, you were money.
Well, my first phone was it was a brick, the Nokia brick.
Yep.
Before that, I had a pager.
Yeah. Oh,
and then
God.
and then my grandpa had that big ass phone
yeah,
with
my
the
dad,
antenna.
Yeah, no, my dad still has
inside
that.
of his car, and that's what like I would go over there, and that's how I would answer calls. And then from the brick, I went to the Sidekick.
Yeah, Sidekick.
And then I had a Razor.
Yeah, no, for me it's like my dad had. Well, we of course had the landline, so yes, I was him. That's the number I always gave. But my dad had the original big cell phone. Then we had 3 different Nokias, but basically the same model. You know, the ultimate force of mankind. And then they got me my first cell phone, which was a Sony Ericsson flip phone. And I know not many of you don't know that fucking brand because that's an old brand. My sister had the BlackBerry. She had the first BlackBerry flip phone. Then we upgraded to that one. I can't remember the name of the Motorola someone, but it's the one that flipped. So it was like this: you flip the screen and it went up.
Oh
sideways,
yeah,
that one. Then after that, I kept changing phones, and then I finally had a Sidekick, but that was like late 2011 when I finally got my Seika is when they came back. After that, then I just had nothing but Samsung. After that, but I had two phones because being from the border, I had to have a Mexican phone before plans integrated it. So I had one the Telemex, and that was the MP3 one. I had like a stick. It looked like a stick straight up, but it was part MP3, part phone. It was like I liked that little piece of shit. I lost it, but it was fun. But yeah, no, those were good times. Good times. Are you just gonna call this one the old man talk?
Yeah.
Hijo de su madre.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Yes. Welcome back, everyone. Well, how fitting that you hear people screaming in the background, because you ever notice the spooky stuff always happens when you're tired? You know, like that moment you start dozing off, that's when the door creaks on its own, and you're like, the fuck, man? Did I hit my ganja too hard? Or when the lights flicker and you swear you saw something move. Or it could be the shrooms. But you know what's up? What will help you out? This is why we drink W. W Energy, your official anti-creepiness, anti-sleepiness, and anti-why is the closet breathing energy drink. No sugar, no crash, no weird chemicals. That sounds like someone's trying to summon a demon. Trust me, I poured it and it stopped a seance. No lie, it was interesting. But it's just clean energy and razor sharp focus. Perfect for staying awake while we dive into tonight's cursed stories. And let's talk about the flavors. I swear, a Galaxy Grenade tastes like a cosmic explosion. It's almost orgasmic. And not the kind that wipes you out of your home's dimension. Trust me. And on top of that, what about Beach and Peace? It's basically a vacation in a cup. Minus the ghosts that follow you from home from the beach. They like, chilling and fucking things up. But here's the real secret. Spell it out. Because if you go to w.gg and use code Chili Peppers, you get 10% off your order. Stay awake, stay alert, and stay with us. After all, W Energy keeps Los Pimentos Fantasmal alive through the night. So there you go. That's our little sponsor read. I hope you guys enjoy that. Something different. But speaking of our sponsor, I do have an announcement from them. So for anyone that ordered from November 21st to November 30, there is a 50% off site-wide sale currently. That's right. So anyone wanting stuff from W, not all anime flavors are included for this, but all caffeine-free hydration, all starter pack bundles, shakers, hoodies, hats, flags, air fresheners. I didn't even know we had that. Will have 50% off during this time. On top of that, from now to the end of the month, our code does not give 10% off. You get 30% off till the end of November. So November 30th is the final day you guys can abuse this code to get even more % off from your order. So I highly definitely recommend people order soon, as fast as you can. And like I said, if you do use our code Chili Peppers, it helps support the show. And you guys get some good flavors and shit. Trust me. Because I still need to get my W swag. Been wanting to get some of that shit. But yeah, so that is the important information from sponsors that I wanted to give out.
Like Jackie had said in the beginning of the episode, I did make a community. So please join our Reddit community. Send us your stories, your videos, photos, anything paranormal-wise. I even put there, like, if you wanted to suggest something that we should talk about on there. Because, yes, I do. I run out of things sometimes.
Yeah, no, even me too. Like, trust me, this is why I'm happy, for example, just to give you guys insight on how me and Robbie operate, and especially me operating on my other podcast, is like, with Rachel, she's doing it all on the fly. She's been typing it out in her laptop and having ChatGPT help her and make stat blocks. Like I said, this is all full homebrew.
Yeah.
Which is great, because I was following the book to a point, and then after that, I was just throwing random ass shit out there. And when I got the monster manual, so I had access to more monsters, so that's where I started adding more stuff. And like with me and you, it's like, we got to talk about it and see what will be good. And then from there, we just start diving into rabbit holes, see what we get. So that's what we all do. So it's definitely, these stories do help out. Even if you think they don't, they do. And when if you guys suggest something, it'll be like, all right, let's add this randomly in there.
Do you have a paranormal story, a weird encounter, and an experience with the spiritual warfare that you'd like to share? We're looking for your personal accounts of the strange and the supernatural. Your story could be anything from a ghostly sighting in your home to an inexplicable event that can't be rationalized. Send them to lospicosopimientos1@gmail.com or join our community at Reddit, The Spooky Peppers.
That's right. So it's r/spooky peppers.
So in the theme of this episode, we're going to do like Mexican serial killers. So I found some stories that people wrote to Reddit about their encounters in Mexico.
Okay.
So this one says, my mom grew up in a small town in Mexico where everyone pretty much knows each other. I believe the population was around 350 at the time in the 80s. Around the time of the event, she was 10 years old. I don't know if it runs in the family, but at some time in our life, every single member of my family has experienced something paranormal. Well, here are some of my mom's stories that I think are worth telling. She lived in a small adobe house. It was a super small home for the 5 of them, my grandparents, my uncle, my aunt, and my mom. The kitchen was located on the front part of the house, and the rooms were on the back. There was a wall that divided the kitchen from the rest of the house, and to get to either or, there was a door inside the house. Kind of how some hotel rooms have a door to get to the other room. Well, that was their house. They also had a window in one of the rooms, so they could see the kitchen. The kids would sleep in one room, and my grandparents in the other room. Where my mom and aunt and uncle would sleep was the room with the window. My mom tells me that at night, they would hear the chairs from the kitchen being dragged, and all things on the table would get smacked off the table. In one occasion, the noises were very loud. It woke her and her siblings up. They were curious, although they knew what was making the noise. They looked through the window and they saw a small shadow dragging a chair across the room. She said they ran to their parents' room and slept the night there. The noises went on all night, she recalls. They believed it was a great-grandma's dad that would mess around with them because he lived in that house before it was passed on by my grandma.
Oh, okay.
Another time, she said she awoke during the night and she looked to the side of the bed where she saw a big black dog with red eyes. She went under the blanket and it didn't come out until the morning. She always believed she saw the devil in the shape of a dog. Isn't that El Perro Negro, right?
No.
El Perro Negro?
Yeah, that's a black dog.
So here's another one. It was Thanksgiving 2006. We had a dinner with the family. I was 12 years old. I got mad at my mom because I wanted to go to the mall for Black Friday with her and my aunt, and she said no, so I left to my room. Me and my little sister shared a room. The room was small. We had a bunk bed, those metal bunk beds that make hella noise when you move and turn. I was watching Chicken Little. It was probably 12 a.m. Once the movie finished, I turned off the light and I tried to sleep. I was laying down facing the wall. I had my eyes closed, trying to go to sleep. When the bed started creaking, like someone had laid down, someone really heavy. I turned around, the empty side of the mattress was sunk down, like someone was laying down. I freaked out but couldn't move. I tried to scream and I couldn't. I was so scared I started to cry. I closed my eyes really tight and let the loudest scream out. My little sister and cousin come into the room and turn the light on my sister, hugged me, and then I told them what happened. When they turned the light on, you could see on the bed sheets all messed up, like someone was laying there. That was definitely one experience that stuck with me throughout my life. I've had experiences with paranormal, usually just seeing shadows and hearing steps or someone trying to open the doors. Back in Mexico, we had my aunt and uncle, my mom's siblings, stay over at our home when they came to visit from here to the US. I remember one occasion my aunt told my sister that if she didn't behave, La Mana Peluda, the hairy hand, will come and get her. She freaked my sister out so much at night. We had 2 beds in one room. I shared a bed with my mom, and my aunt and sister shared a bed. At night, my aunt was awoke by tapping. She said she woke up and heard tapping, following was 3 knocks on her room's door. She believed that had happened to her because she was trying to scare my little sister.
So yeah, the one that I have is Juana Barraza or La Mate Viejitas, which means the old lady killer. She was active from the late 1990s to 2006. Confirmed victims roughly around 16, suspected victims 40 to 48. Her significance was one of the Latin America's most infamous female serial killers. Her background, honestly, she was a former lucha libre wrestler known as La Dama del Silencio, but also had a traumatic childhood involving abuse and abandonment. So she developed a deep hatred for elderly women who she associated with her abusive mother. So, how she would lure them in, she would pose as a social worker, nurse, or government aid worker, targeted elderly women living alone, strangle victims with her bare hands or objects like, stethoscopes or anything that she would find laying around, ropes, often staging the scene to look like a robbery. So the investigations had challenges because authorities initially believed the killer was male, a major reason she avoided detection for years. Once she was caught fleeing a crime scene in 2006, sentenced to 759 years, though she was legally served up to 60. But yeah, can you just imagine just an old wrestler just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fucking kill these. It feels like an Adult Swim episode. I just can't remember what show did it.
And it's crazy too, because I looked into that one. She was still wrestling at the time that she was doing all of this.
It's like, just think about that. Like, you build relationship as a wrestler with this person. It's like, oh shit. It's another current spin wall moment when you think about it. Like, damn, when you think about it.
This one is Anibel Gomez Lopez, the serial killer. So Anibel Gomez Lopez, she has so many fucking last names as her name, is a convicted Mexican serial killer who is active in Mexico City, with her crimes spanning about up to at least 2017. Her nicknames, she was widely known by the monikers La Tamalera de la Muerte, the Tamale Maker of Death, or the Tamalera of Indos Verdes. She was convicted of murder, and it is reported that she may have more than 50 victims, primarily women. Her method involved stabbing and dismemberment, and she allegedly used the human remains as meat that she made in the tamales she sold. She was sentenced to 25 years in prison, and she's still alive. And all of the people that she sold those tamales to, allegedly, they all died from sickness and like shit like that.
Yeah. God damn.
Just imagine being like meeting like a tamalera and she has these bomb ass tamales and
then you find out you're eating people.
Yeah, they're full of meat.
Yeah, it's like, damn. No, but yeah, no, I gotta. On the surface, Juana Barraza was unremarkable. A middle-aged woman, sturdy, quiet, blending into the endless movement of Mexico City. But she had a secret talent. She could disappear into crowds, walk unnoticed into the homes of elderly women, and leave death behind her like a whisper. From the late 1990s to 2000s, the city's most vulnerable residents, older women living alone, began dying under strange circumstances. Some were strangled with cord, some with shawls. One was a stethoscope. Police blamed robberies, random assaults, even blamed other elderly women for a time. Nobody suspected the killer could be a former lucha libre wrestler, a woman known in the ring as La Dama del Silencio, the Lady of Silence. Juana's hatred ran deep. She blamed her abusive mother for selling her to a man at age 12, and in every elderly woman she saw the ghost of the one who ruined her childhood.
What the fuck?
On January 23, 2006, her luck ran out. A witness saw her leaving a crime scene, and police cornered her. When they realized who she was, the city held its breath. She was convicted of 16 murders, though authorities believe she killed over 40. To this day, it's a dark corner of Mexico City. Older residents still talk about her with a mix of anger and dread. A reminder that monsters don't always hide in shadows. Sometimes they hide behind a kind smile.
Damn.
So yeah, that's a little thing I had for them. So now I got another one that I want to read. I knew I was looking at it. So here we go. Andres Mendoza, the cannibal of Atizapan. He was active around 1994 to 2021. Confirmed victims 19 to 30 plus. Suspect counts possibly dozen more. So his little background I have here is lived as a quiet, seemingly harmless older man in Atizapan, a state of Mexico. Neighbors described him as helpful, calm, classic traits of any hidden plain sight serial killer. But he would lure women to his home, murder and dismember them, kept trophies like faces, skin, bones. Investigators found thousands of burnt bones, journals, and videotapes. So in 2021, on his capture, he was caught after the disappearance of a local woman. Police found her freshly dismembered remains in his home. The scale of the bones recovery made this one of the most horrific crime scenes in Mexico history. So yeah, Antizapan, a quiet suburb northwest of Mexico City, looks ordinary. Tidy houses, street vendors selling tacos al pastor, kids running between parked cars. But in 2021, the suburb became the stage of one of the most horrifying discoveries in Mexico's history. Inside the small, cluttered home of Andres Filomeno Mendoza, police found a nightmare that seemed scripted from horror movies. Human remains, thousands of bone fragments, notebooks filled with names, women's clothing, makeup, photographies, skulls, and in his kitchen, tools used for dismembering. Some reports say he kept faces carefully cut like masks. For almost 3 decades, Mendoza lived a double life: helpful neighbor, local butcher, and handyman, but also a predator who targeted women he knew, often neighbors or acquaintances who trusted him. His last victim was the wife of a local police officer. When she disappeared, her husband followed the trail to Mendoza's doorstep, and the truth unraveled. Mendoza confessed calmly, even proudly. He remembered details with unnervingly clarity. The police found evidence of at least 19 victims, but the true number can be far higher. The quiet streets in Antizapan, once ordinary, become a symbol of horror. Locals still speak of his with hushed words, the old man who smiled, helped with groceries, and carried the darkest secret of all.
This is basically like a Mexican Ed Gein.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he is known as the cannibal. So.
We're going to talk about Fernando Hernandez Leia, aka Pancho Lopez. When they caught this guy in 1999, he confessed to killing something like 137 people across 5 different states. If that's actually true, a lot of people think he was exaggerating to get famous. It would make him one of the most prolific serial killers in Mexican history. 137 people is crazy. It's not even like how he killed them or anything. It's literally like his excuses of why he did it, which is crazy. He basically said, I didn't know what else to do. He chillingly simple, just when they put him on camera and asked why he killed so many people, he just said, "Los mate a todos porque tiene que hacerlo. No sabe qué más hacer." He just killed them because he didn't know what the fuck to do.
Boredom, I'm just gonna go murder someone.
So this This guy basically tried attempting suicide. After he was caught, he tried to hang himself in his cell. But because he weighed over 300 pounds, the rope actually snapped and he survived with some bruises. Yeah.
Okay, so I normally try to stay quiet and be like respectful about that, but I'm sorry anyway. Like you're trying to kill yourself, you're 300 plus pounds, and you try to hang yourself. Wait, gravity's gonna do you a favor.
Yeah.
Hijo de su madre. Ese sí era como el gordo del panzón y todo. Hijos.
So he
I'm gonna kill myself. False.
he kidnapped a journalist. Unlike other serial killers who stuck in the shadows, he actually kidnapped a well-known journalist, Carlos Cabello Wallace, which is part of how he got so much media attention. He's still locked up at the Altiplano prison, the same supermax where El Chapo was.
Nice.
He's scheduled to get out around 2049 when he'll be in his 80s.
I mean, he's gonna die anyways later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I guess I'll talk to him about my last one. This is Magdalena Solis, the High Priestess of Blood. So early activities, 1960s. Confirmed victims 2, suspects around 4 to 8. Her type of thing is she was a cult-based serial killer. So just to give you a quick background, she had 2 brothers convinced villagers that Solis was a reincarnated Aztec goddess. She embraced the role and turned the sect into a violent cult. So she did realistic killings, blood-drinking ceremonies, psychological control over followers. Victims include villagers chosen as sacrifices. She was captured after the police investigated a mutilated body dumped in the area. So that's kind of what led to her capture. So
Just dumped it.
yeah, she just dumped it. So this one's going to be a little bit of a long read, so bear with me. So in the early 1960s, the small settlement of Herba Buena, tucked in the hills of northern Mexico, was the kind of place most people forgot existed. Poverty was woven into dust of its roads, electricity barely reached the outskirts, water was scarce, and jobs were even scarcer. For many, life felt like a long string of sun-bleached days, each indistinguishable from the last. But beneath the stillness, something was festering. Rumors of strange rituals, disappearances, and whispers drifted into nearby towns. No one had paid attention at first. Poor communities always had been home to superstition, but by 1963, the rumors would grow too dark to ignore. This is the story of Magdalena Solis, a woman who transformed a desperate village into a cult of death. A woman who convinced an entire community she was a goddess who demanded blood. It began strangely enough with 2 small-time con men, Santos y Cayetano Hernandez, brothers with a talent for manipulation, arrived in Yerba Buena, pretended to be the prophets of a mystical cult. They told villagers they could lead them to wealth, health, and divine protection. All they had to do was obey and pay. Victims of poverty are ease prey for promise. The brothers claimed that ancient Inca gods spoke to them. They performed rituals under moonlight skies, weaving tales of gold, immortality, and supernatural power. They demanded offerings, money, alcohol, food, and eventually sexual access to the women of the village. The villagers complied, not because they believed, but because hope, even false hope, was better than hopelessness. But soon, the brothers realized they were losing control. Their promises were wearing thin, and the villagers wanted proof of their gods. So, the brothers went search for something or someone who could convince the villagers they truly had divine power. They found the Solis siblings. Magdalena Solis and her brother Elazar were not strangers to the world of exploitation. They lived in Monterrey, which is funny, where me and my family are from, and were known for prostitution, manipulation, and violence. The Hernandez brothers approached them with an offer. Join their scheme, pretend to be deities, and share the profits. Magdalena didn't hesitate. When she stepped into the village, draped in clothes adorned with cheap jewelry and lit by torchlight, the villagers saw something they desperately needed: certainty, authority, the divine. The Hernandez brothers introduced her as the reincarnation of the Aztec goddess Cotlico. I always say her name wrong. And mother goddess of earth, blood, and sacrifice. And Magdalena whether acting at first or slowly becoming lost in the delusion and embrace the title. The villagers knelt, they kissed her feet, they called her La Diosa, and Magdalena performing soon began something far darker. With Magdalena's arrival, the rituals changed, the offerings became harsher, more extreme. Magdalena demanded obedience, loyalty, and sexual submission. But eventually, she introduced something the brothers hadn't expected. She spoke of vision. She claimed the gods were angry. She said blood was the only path to salvation, specifically the blood of non-believers. Soon, villagers were forced to participate in gruesome ceremonies, drinking blood, mutilating bodies, surrendering completely to her rule. Magdalena believed herself divine, and when the villagers saw her predictions come true, when they watched her command with cold, unblinking confidence, fear cemented into devotion. If anyone hesitated, Magdalena punished them brutally. Many disappeared. Others became so psychologically broken that they followed her willingly. Herba Buena was no longer a village. It had become a kingdom of terror. In early 1963, disappearances in the regions caught the attention of authorities, specifically a young police officer named Luis Martinez, who was known for taking cases no one wanted. Reporters mentioned villagers going missing, children vanishing, strange lines and chanting at night, outsiders being chased away. Luis ventured towards Herba Buena, determined to speak with locals. He didn't know he was walking into the heart of a cult. The cult intercepted him. He was tortured, stabbed, and used it in one of Magdalena's rituals. His blood was drained, his body was discarded like refuse, and his disappearance didn't go unnoticed.
The fuck?
Yeah. Luis' fellow officers launched a search, and unlike past victims, this time they wouldn't be ignored. When authorities finally entered the village, what they found was disturbing. Disoriented villagers covered in ritual markings, makeshift altars drenched in blood, human bones scattered in pits, a community ruled by fear, superstition, and violence. Magdalena and her brother attempted to flee, but were captured. In interrogations, Magdalena displayed no remorse, no confession, no apology. Some investigators described her as cold, detached, convinced of her divine nature, entirely unafraid of death. When the court announced her crime, she stared ahead blankly, as if the world was unworthy of her attention. And that's her story.
It's crazy.
Yep. Bet you weren't expecting that, huh?
No.
I can tell, like, it gave you chills a bit. You're like, oh, shit.
So to finish off the episode, I'll do 2 more, and then we can end it.
Yep.
So we'll do Daniel Arismendi Lopez. He's basically the boogeyman of Mexico.
Yeah.
From the late 90s, famously known as El...
Esplazico? Or which one are you talking about?
No, El... Hold on. It just fucking... Here it is. El Mocho Orejas, the ear chomper.
Oh, el Mocho Orejas, sí, sí.
His nickname is Literal. The reason people were so terrified of him wasn't just that he kidnapped people. It was how he negotiated. If the family didn't pay the ransom that he was owed or whatever, he'd basically chop off that person's ear and mail it to the family with a ransom note saying, if you don't have this money by such and such, then your family member is going to be gone.
Yeah.
It was basically like psychological warfare.
Yeah. There was a Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
As fucked up as it is.
The wildest part is that he used to be a police officer in Morelos. That's why he was so good at dodging the authorities for years. He knew exactly how they operated.
Yeah.
To him, it was just business. When he finally got caught in 1998, his interviews were chilling. He didn't seem sorry at all. He basically described kidnapping like it was a job or a business transaction.
Yeah, he's like, dijeron que voy a robar a este cabrón, pues me lo robé y ya.
Yeah.
Me pagaron y adiós. That's pretty much how it is.
He famously said he didn't feel anything when he hurt people. He ended up getting sentenced to 393 years in prison. He's maximum security lockdown. What the fuck?
Maximum.
And his case actually changed how Mexico handles kidnapping laws because the public was so outraged. So in his own confession words on cutting off ears, they asked him what he felt when he mutilated his victims. He literally just said, normal. He explained that it was just a tool to make the families pay faster. He even specified that he used poultry scissors, tijeras de polero, because they cut through cartilage easier.
Yeah.
On his remorse, the reporter asked if he felt bad for what he did. He looked dead at the camera and said, no me... I'm going to butcher fucking Spanish.
Do you want me to read it?
No me arrepiento si saliera.
I feel like you just want me to read it because your brain is dying. I don't want it. No me arrepiento. Si saliría, lo volvería a hacer. I don't repent. If I go out, I'll do it again. There you go.
There we go.
Just so you don't break your brain.
On his punishment, when they asked if he was afraid of going to hell or a prison, he gave this weirdly dark answer. Ojalá existiera la pena de muerte. He basically admitted that death would be easier than hundreds of years in prison. He knew he was getting.
Yeah.
And he's still alive.
Oh, yeah, man. That's why he said he wished. Oh, funny enough, speaking of that, I did see something earlier. I think it was yesterday or earlier today. I saw that, so this guy was going to be given a life sentence. But he had a heart attack. So he died.
Mm-hmm.
But the hospital brought him back to life. And he is arguing with the justice system like, hey, since I died, technically I served my life sentence.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but they denied him. I was like, no, because then that means the hospital's going to try to have a lot of dumbasses trying to kill themselves and get brought back.
Exactly.
Like no. Like, it's understandable, but technicality, bro, no.
In all technicality, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, you died and you did technically live your life sentence, but you're still a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're staying there.
Deserve to
You're
stay there.
you're not Jesus where you die, came back and like, I repent for my sins. I'm a changed man. No. You came back, you're like, oh, hey, can I get rid of this since, I can go back to doing what I'm probably going to do again or something? I don't know. This was like kind
Which
of
a
what
lot of them do.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of right now. I was like, yeah, it's like, oh, let me die real quick. And I was like, oh, shit.
A lot of them do repeat the same thing. So I know this has nothing to do with it. But recently in Fort Worth, this guy was arrested and put in prison for robbing banks in the 80s.
Oh, yes. And he got back out.
He got back out
and robbed the same fucking bank.
Yeah.
And he got arrested again. And I'm like, yeah, because I saw the exact same one too. I know what you're talking about. That was the picture of the dude was like this, like. So here we go. Mexico City in the early 2000s was a metropolis, vibrating with life, neon lights, late night bars, crowded streets, and thousands of people moving through the urban maze at all hours. But beneath the music and laughter of its nightlife, a predator was hunting. He called himself El Sadistico. His real name was Raúl Ociel Marroquín Reyes, a young man who, beneath a calm exterior and military training, he had a growing hunger for control, domination, and cruelty. Between December 2005 and January 2006, he terrorized the city's LGBTQ+ community, leaving behind bodies stuffed in suitcases, cryptic notes, and a chilling confession that he felt no remorse and never would. This is his story. Mexico City, 2005. Zona Rosa, one of the safest, most vibrant LGBTQ+ neighborhoods in the country, was alive every weekend with bars, clubs, and bright pink lit storefronts. People remember seeing him there. A well-groomed, soft-spoken man in his early 20s, a soldier. Someone who seemed harmless, even a little shy. His name was Raúl, but in his mind, he was already becoming something else. He believed gay men were a bad example, something he needed to correct. The violence brewing inside him wasn't sudden. It had been festering for years, twisted by warped ideology, resentment, and a dark obsession with power. And soon, he would act on it. On December 20th, 2005, a 34-year-old man named Juan Carlos left a club in Zona Rosa. He has been seen talking and laughing with a quiet, uniformed man who offered him a ride home. Witnesses remembered the man: short haircut, military posture, calm smile, speaking softly, politely. That man was Raul. Juan Carlos never came home. A week later, his family received a phone call. A voice demanded ransom for his safe return. The family paid, but Juan Carlos was already dead. He had been strangled inside Raul's apartment. This was El Sadisco's first known kill, but not his last. Raul's patterns were disturbingly calculated. He haunted gay men in bars. He earned their trust, offering rides, talking about life, flirting even. He brought them to his apartment. Once inside, Raul attacked quickly, choking them into submission, restraining them, and ultimately killing them. He recorded their personal information: driver licenses, phone numbers, addresses, anything he could use to extort their families. He disposed of the bodies, sometimes leaving them in public places, stuffed inside suitcases or abandoned on the streets. The media didn't know it yet, but a serial killer was walking freely through Mexico City. Early January 2006, residents walking near Avenida Taiplan noticed a large, cheap suitcase lying beside a lamppost. When police opened it, they found the remains of a young man, wrapped tightly, folded to fit, strangled. This discovery sent shockwaves through law enforcement, but there was no leads, no witnesses, nothing tying the murder to a suspect. The killer was still out there, drinking, socializing, returning to Zona Rosa as if nothing happened. Serial killers often fall from a single error. For Raul, that moment came when he kidnapped his fourth victim. He repeated the same plan, lured him from a bar, imprisoned him, demanded ransom. But his victim fought back. He survived long enough to reveal details of Raul's apartment, and law enforcement moved fast. On January 23, 2006, Mexican police surrounded an apartment building in the middle-class neighborhood of Portales. They knocked on the door. Raul opened it, calm, collected, and quiet as always. Inside his apartment, investigators found restraints, ransom notes, victims' personal belongings, military weapons, blood traces. Raul did not resist arrest. Inside the interrogation room, Raul spoke with measured detachment. No trembling, no tears, no emotion. He confessed to 4 murders without hesitation. Juan Carlos, December 2005. Victim 2, lured from a bar. Victim 3, also strangled and disposed of. Victim 4, the one who led to his capture. Then he said something that would haunt investigators. I would have continued. I do not regret anything. They deserved it. When asked why he targeted gay men, he responded, porque son un mal ejemplo, because they are a bad example. His lack of remorse earned him the nickname El Sadistico, the sadist. He also admitted he planned to kill again many more. The LGBTQ plus community in Mexico City reeled. Zona Rosa, once considered safe, now felt vulnerable. Families of the victims demanded justice. Activists demanded better protection and recognition for hate crime victims. Raul Luis Marroquin Reyes was convicted and sentenced to decades in prison. His comedy never changed. Nothing during trial, not during sentencing. When the final verdict was read, he looked at the judge and said, "If you hadn't caught me, I'd still be doing it." A killer without remorse. A predator who believed his crimes were justified. A young man who used the facade of military discipline to hide a violent, twisted ideology. This is the legacy of El Sadisco, the suitcase killer of Mexico City. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed that. Oh, I'm pretty sure you guys all, I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, how you were literally been enjoying that.
So we'll end it there. Like always, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. You can follow our TikTok. Again, I'm trying to get us to, I think we're at 28. We need to get to at least 50. That way we can go live on TikTok. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram. You can send us spooky stories at our email address, which is lospicosopimentos1@gmail.com. Join our Discord, become a guest, suggest things to us. We haven't done a lot of stuff on Discord for a while.
Yeah, I know. We've been very inactive.
You can join our community on Reddit, like we kept saying before. And yeah.
Yeah. So with that, guys, thank you for listening. And as always,
Stay spicy, y'all.
and Dracula, get off my fucking cock.